Philippines foreign direct investment slumped about 23%, if I recall correctly. So the obvious question is, do we need this at this time?
Okay, I'll give you a blunt answer. It will help on the margins, but it's not going to make us attractive. Because as I've said previously, what is the first thing any investor, foreign or local, is looking for?
Stability.
What do you think?
Returns, stability, and returns.
Oh, profit. They want to make money.
Returns.
Seriously, you can have all the stability, you can have all the volatility. They want to make money. That's number one. And if they will make money, they will go through obstacles. Let me give you an example. Guess what percent foreign ownership in Vietnam is allowed in petroleum, in telecom, and in power distribution, not generation, distribution. You guess what percent foreign ownership is
It's,
allowed? And Vietnam's supposed to be the darling.
Yeah, it's 0%.
It's actually a lot less than
It's
ours.
zero.
No, zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
This one I know, yeah.
No
Zero.
foreign, no
Even
foreign.
even land ownership is
No, but
restricted.
land ownership, again, that's a misnomer because in many countries, you have long-term leases.
Yeah.
In Hong Kong, you cannot own land, it's lease.
Land use
Okay?
rights
In
is what they call
Hong
it.
Kong,
Yeah.
the cradle of capitalism in Asia. Okay, now Vietnam, I think now the key with the leases is they give you a long-term lease, and as long as you have used the property properly and maintained it, then at the end of the lease term, a few years before, they will renew it at market rates. Now, what is my point? They want to make money first. Changing the laws will not make them necessarily make money. So if the country or the sector is unattractive, or let's not be so mean, less profitable potentially than other countries, changing the law will not change that. Now, if it is attractive and you make it easier with regard to foreign ownership and ease of doing business, then yes, more will come in. So if you are attractive, making it easier, allowing more ownership will work. But if you're not attractive to begin with, changing it to even 100%, even giving subsidies, if the return on investment will be lower, it will not change it. Now, are there legitimately some economic provisions that nearly 40 years after we adopted the Constitution in 1987 are legitimately open to change? Yes. For example, education is limited to 40% unless it's only an international school and so on. Actually, media is 100% locally owned, and if you can see from the complaints and the cases, I mean, so there are some areas where whether partial foreign ownership or more foreign ownership can legitimately be done. But again, for utilities, they've already kind of walked around it by basically changing what the definition of a utility is.
Why can't they make bank here in the Philippines? Why can they make bank in Vietnam? What is the difference?
What do you mean
missing?
make back? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what
Make
you mean.
money.
Okay, make money.
If they're after
Right.
profits and
okay,
returns.
Several things. And it's not a simple, easy answer. It is a holistic answer of many parts. So first, let's start with ease of doing business. I joke people that in Vietnam, you have a one-stop shop. You go to one government agencies, they take care of everything. In the Philippines, often you have one shop in every stop. You have to go to the national government for this, then you go to the local government for that, then you etc. Then you go to the regulatory agency. So I think there's one shop in every stop. Second, it's execution of existing laws. For example, we passed that anti-red tape, and then one of the senior people was accused of being corrupt for facilitating less red tape. So I mean, so you can't just pass a law. If all we had to do was pass laws, there should be no more crime in any country, right? Because murder's against the law. But yet, why do people get killed? So you have to have effective execution. But that's just regulatory, all right? Now, the more important part is what are the ingredients to making money? First, if you're in manufacturing, depending on how complex or heavy your manufacturing is, power can be anywhere from 20 to 60% of your cost. Now, if you are 20 to 40% more expensive than Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, you're starting out already with a deficit of 10 to 20 to 30% versus other countries. So why will you come here for manufacturing? Then, frankly, it's the quality of labor. The PISA scores, I'm not trying to be pro or anti, I'm just limited to facts. So if your productivity is low because your employees are relatively, even though they're working hard and trying hard, less skilled than some of your neighbors. Like, you look at the score of Vietnam, they're number 2 to Singapore because they made it a priority not to have ROTC and speak English, no, to teach math and science and critical thinking. Then they teach English as a second language for those who need it. So you have to basically, the quality of the workforce, the cost of doing business, logistics, infrastructure, utilities, then ease of government regulation, and frankly, also the openness of financial institutions to backing ventures. So all of that has to be looked at holistically. Now, would easing some of the laws help? Yes, but it won't make things happen. If the other things are there, then you add that. Yes, it will help. But that alone, it's, as I said, the best example is the anti-red tape law. It's a good law, but look at the way it's being implemented. Nothing.